Top controversies of the Trump presidency. Whether you're a fan or a critic, there's no denying Donald Trump's presidency left a massive mark on history. From impeachment trials to foreign policies and Capitol riots, his time in office was one of the most polarizing and eventful periods ever seen. In today's video, we'll unpack the top 10 controversies that defined Trump's presidency, events that had everyone talking and the world watching. Stay tuned to the end, where we'll discuss the big question: what will Trump's legacy truly be? But before we dive in, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss our deep dives into historical moments and global headlines. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. The Russia investigation and Mueller report. Our first controversy begins with the Russia investigation, which started even before Trump set foot in the White House. Allegations that Russia interfered in the 2016 election sent shockwaves through the nation. Critics accused Trump's campaign of collusion, while Trump and his allies dismissed the claims as a politically motivated witch hunt. In 2017, Special Counsel Robert Mueller was appointed to investigate these allegations. For nearly 2 years, the world watched as Mueller's team uncovered a web of meetings, communications, and questionable actions by Trump's associates. The Mueller report, released in 2019, found no conclusive evidence of collusion but outlined several instances where Trump may have obstructed justice. Trump's infamous Helsinki summit with Vladimir Putin only added fuel to the fire. Standing beside Putin, Trump appeared to side with Russia over U.S. intelligence agencies, a move that drew bipartisan criticism. Meanwhile, Trump's base rallied behind him, believing he was the victim of a smear campaign. So, was the Russia investigation a necessary step to protect democracy, or was it truly a political witch hunt? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2. The first impeachment trial, Ukraine scandal. In 2019, Donald Trump became the third U.S. president in history to face impeachment, and it all began with a phone call. During a conversation with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, Trump allegedly pressured him to investigate Joe Biden and his son, Hunter Biden. This led to accusations that Trump was abusing his power by withholding $391 million in military aid to Ukraine as leverage. The Democrats in the House of Representatives launched an impeachment inquiry, accusing Trump of quid pro quo, a Latin phrase that became a household term during the hearings. The televised hearings gripped the nation, featuring dramatic testimonies from government officials. Democrats argued that Trump jeopardized national security for personal political gain, while Republicans defended him, claiming there was no direct evidence of wrongdoing. In December 2019, the House impeached Trump on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. However, the Republican-controlled Senate acquitted him in early 2020, keeping him in office. The impeachment trial divided the nation, with critics calling it a necessary check on presidential power and supporters labeling it another baseless attack on Trump. What do you think? Was this impeachment justified, or was it purely political theater? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 3. The travel ban controversy. In 2017, just days after taking office, Trump signed an executive order banning travel from several predominantly Muslim countries. Dubbed the travel ban by some and the Muslim ban by critics, the move sparked protests at airports across the United States. The ban initially targeted 7 countries, including Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, causing widespread confusion and chaos. Families were separated, travelers were stranded, and the backlash was immediate. Critics accused Trump of discriminating against Muslims and undermining America's reputation as a land of opportunity. Legal battles ensued, with federal courts striking down the ban multiple times. But in 2018, the Supreme Court upheld a revised version of the order, marking a significant win for Trump. The administration argued that the ban was necessary to protect national security, while opponents claimed it was rooted in xenophobia. This controversy remains one of the defining moments of Trump's presidency, symbolizing his America First agenda. What's your take? Was the travel ban a justified measure, or did it cross the line? Let us know in the comments. Number 4. Family separation at the border. One of the most heartbreaking controversies of Trump's presidency was the zero-tolerance immigration policy implemented in 2018. This policy led to the separation of thousands of migrant families at the U.S.-Mexico border. Children were placed in detention centers, while their parents faced prosecution for illegal entry. The images of children in cages and reports of inhumane conditions shocked the world. Protests erupted across the country, With critics accusing the Trump administration of cruelty, Trump defended the policy as a deterrent against illegal immigration, but the backlash forced him to sign an executive order ending family separations. Despite the order, the reunification process was slow and chaotic, with some families remaining separated for months. Immigration reform has always been a divisive issue, but this controversy highlighted the human cost of political decisions. Do you think the policy was effective in deterring illegal immigration, or was it a step too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. The COVID-19 response. Donald Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic is perhaps the most debated aspect of his presidency. When the virus first emerged in early 2020, Trump initially downplayed its severity, assuring Americans that it was under control and would soon disappear like a miracle. As the pandemic spread, so did the controversies. Critics accused Trump of mixed messaging, especially when he contradicted health experts like Dr. Anthony Fauci. His reluctance to promote mask-wearing, along with pushing unproven treatments like hydroxychloroquine, only added to the confusion. One of the most shocking moments came when Trump suggested that injecting disinfectants could potentially kill the virus, a statement that drew widespread ridicule and concern. The administration was also criticized for its slow response to the growing crisis, especially in distributing testing kits and medical supplies. Despite these missteps, Trump's Operation Warp Speed played a pivotal role in the rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines. However, his refusal to take responsibility for the pandemic's impact, blaming China and political opponents instead, remains a key point of contention. Do you think Trump's pandemic response was misunderstood, or did it fall short of expectations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 6. The 2020 election fraud claims. After losing the 2020 presidential election to Joe Biden, Donald Trump refused to concede. Instead, he launched an unprecedented campaign to challenge the election results, claiming widespread voter fraud. This controversy would dominate headlines for months and culminate in one of the darkest days in American history. Trump's legal team filed over 60 lawsuits across battleground states, but most were dismissed for lack of evidence. Meanwhile, his claims of a rigged election fueled conspiracy theories and divided the nation. The phrase, "Stop the Steal," became a rallying cry for his supporters, sparking protests across the country. The controversy reached its peak on January 6, 2021, when a mob of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to overturn the election results. The violent insurrection left 5 people dead and shocked the world. While Trump condemned the violence, his critics argued that his rhetoric had incited the attack. To this day, Trump continues to insist that the 2020 election was stolen from him. But what do you think? Were these claims a fight for election integrity or an assault on democracy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 7. Charlottesville and race relations. One of the most polarizing moments of Trump's presidency occurred in 2017 after the violent Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. The rally, organized by white supremacists and neo-Nazis, resulted in deadly clashes between protesters and counter-protesters. During a press conference, Trump infamously stated that there were very fine people on both sides, sparking outrage. Critics accused him of failing to unequivocally condemn white supremacy, while his supporters argued that his comments were taken out of context. The controversy reignited debates about race relations in America, with Trump's administration facing criticism for rolling back civil rights protections and his often divisive rhetoric. The Black Lives Matter movement gained momentum during his presidency, particularly after the killing of George Floyd in 2020. Trump's response to the protests, including deploying federal troops and calling protesters thugs, further deepened divisions. Did Trump's actions exacerbate racial tensions, or was he unfairly vilified? Let us know your perspective in the comments. Number 8. Foreign policy and international relations. Donald Trump's approach to foreign policy was nothing short of unconventional. From meeting with North Korea's Kim Jong-un to withdrawing from international agreements, Trump's America First doctrine reshaped the U.S.'s role on the global stage. One of the most controversial moves was Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement, citing its unfair impact on American businesses. He also pulled the U.S. out of the Iran nuclear deal and imposed harsh sanctions on Iran, further straining relations. Trump's admiration for authoritarian leaders like Vladimir Putin and his contentious relationships with NATO allies raised eyebrows worldwide. Meanwhile, his trade war with China, marked by escalating tariffs, had a mixed impact on the U.S. economy. But perhaps the most dramatic moment came in 2018, when Trump became the first sitting U.S. president to meet with a North Korean leader. While the historic summit was hailed as a breakthrough, critics argued that it lacked tangible results. Was Trump's foreign policy a bold reimagining of international relations or a step back for American diplomacy? We'd love to hear your take in the comments. Number 9. The second impeachment, Capitol insurrection. In the aftermath of the January 6 Capitol riot, Donald Trump became the first U.S. president in history to be impeached twice. This time, the charge was incitement of insurrection. The impeachment hearings focused on Trump's role in inciting the violence, particularly his speech at a rally earlier that day, where he urged supporters to fight like hell. Democrats argued that Trump's rhetoric directly led to the deadly attack on the Capitol, while Republicans defended him, citing free speech and political bias. The House of Representatives voted to impeach Trump just days before he left office. However, the Senate once again acquitted him, with the trial concluding after he had already left the presidency. Do you think Trump's second impeachment was warranted, or was it a political stunt? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Number 10. The legacy of the Trump presidency. Love him or hate him, Donald Trump's presidency left a lasting impact on America and the world. From the economy to immigration policies, judicial appointments to international relations, his tenure reshaped the political landscape. To his supporters, Trump was a disruptor who challenged the establishment and prioritized America's interests. To his critics, he was a divisive figure whose policies and rhetoric undermined democratic norms. 4 years after leaving office, Trump remains a polarizing figure, with debates about his legacy continuing to dominate political discourse. Will history remember him as a transformative leader or a controversial outlier? Only time will tell. Thank you for watching this in-depth look at the top controversies of the Trump presidency. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history, politics, and global events. What do you think was the most defining moment of Trump's presidency? Let us know in the comments below. See you in the next video.